Muy buenas tardes, querido Trent. Te damos la bienvenida al Real Madrid. Estamos muy orgullosos de que un jugador de tu categoría vista la camiseta de nuestro club. A partir de ahora te espera un gran desafío en tu brillante carrera profesional y, como ha dicho nuestro presidente, estamos convencidos de que compartimos el futuro. Te deseamos todo lo mejor y, sobre todo, que tanto tú como tu familia seáis muy felices en esta importante etapa de tu vida. Bienvenido al Real Madrid.
Muy buenos días. Comenzamos ahora la rueda de prensa. Recuerden, hacemos una pregunta por intervención y antes deben identificarse con su nombre y medio. We welcome you to this press conference. We can do questions in English. Just identify with the name of the company that you represent and remember that is one question per intervention.
Hola Trent, muy buenas. Bienvenido al Real Madrid. Victorio Calero para Real Madrid Televisión en directo. ¿Cómo de ilusionante y emocionante es este día para ti, el día de tu presentación con el Real Madrid?
Yeah, very, very exciting for me. A day that I've been waiting for a long time now. Very excited, very happy, very proud to be here. Yeah, it's a dream to be here. But you know, there's still a lot of hard work to do, and I'm excited to get started straight away. It's an exciting time for me.
¿Qué tal, Trent? Bienvenido a Madrid. Melchor Ruiz de la cadena COPE. Después de toda tu carrera profesional en el Liverpool, llama el Real Madrid, no te lo piensas. ¿Por qué ahora? Y dices que llevas mucho tiempo esperando. ¿De niño eras ya también del Real Madrid?
No, I think obviously to clear that up by waiting a long time. I mean, you know, a couple of weeks, not years. But no, like I said, I'm very excited to be here. You know, whether you support the club or not, you have to respect the trophies that it wins. You have to respect the history of it. So no matter what, that was always there for me. I've always admired players, clubs, teams that win trophies. Grew up watching this club win three Champions Leagues in a row, and two before that as well. So, you know, I'm no stranger to seeing Real Madrid win trophies. And yeah, a big reason why I joined is to be a part of that amazing history that the club's got, be a part of the success going forward, joining an exciting young team with a lot of potential, that, you know, has the mindset to go and win trophies. So I'm very excited to get started, and, you know, we go straight to America for the Club World Cup, and our ambition there is to go and win that trophy as well. So, I'm looking to have a great start.
Buenos días, Trent, aquí. Adrián Fuente para Televisión Española. En el vídeo de tu despedida del Liverpool se te veía de pequeño celebrando la Champions de 2005, en la que Xabi Alonso estaba en el equipo. No sé si has podido hablar con tu nuevo entrenador. ¿Qué espera de ti? ¿Qué esperas tú de él? Y también de tu primer año en el club, también a nivel europeo. Gracias.
Yeah, like you said, I grew up, you know, a Liverpool fan, being able to see Istanbul with the manager now doing amazing things there and part of an incredible final. And yeah, I've spoke to him. We've spoke a little bit. It's good to have that communication. It's also good to speak to him. I told him that he was a big idol of mine growing up. So to be able to work with him now is a dream come true for me. Someone who, you know, probably impacted my game a lot growing up, seeing him pass a ball. I explained this to him as well. Watching him pass a ball, seeing it influenced me to be able to go and train harder at that and have, you know, a great kind of hunger to be able to do that and to set standards. So I was able to speak to him about that. Of course, we haven't formally met yet, haven't been able to have a proper chat. I'm sure over the next few days, weeks, we'll be able to speak properly and be able to talk about how it looks, what he expects from me. You know, it's not just me who's new here. He's a new manager. He's got to get his ideas across to the whole team. So, it might take some time, but he's shown how amazing he is, managerial-wise and as a player. So, his knowledge of football is there in abundance, and I'm excited. I'll be a sponge around him, trying to soak up all the information that I can and learn from him.
Hi, Trent. Hello. Here. I will try in English. I'm Anton Meana from Cadena Ser Radio. I want to know what is your opinion about Dani Carvajal. Carvajal.
Just my opinion. I think fantastic player. First and foremost, fantastic player. Won so many trophies, been a part of very, very successful teams. Nothing but respect for what he's achieved so far in terms of club and country. Achieving so much. You don't do that without a lot of talent, a lot of hard work. So, yeah, a lot of respect for what he's achieved.
¿Qué tal, Trent? Iván Martín de OK Diario. Se ha hablado de Bellingham en el acto de presentación. Sabemos que es muy amigo tuyo. Te quería preguntar si has hablado con él y qué te ha explicado de lo que es el Real Madrid.
Yeah, we spoke. I mean, it wasn't exactly what I guess people think it was, but yeah, we spoke. We spoke a lot about Liverpool. We spoke a lot about Madrid. That's the kind of conversations you have as players, as friends. You want to know what it's like, of course. At national team, he's the only player that knew what it was like to be at Real Madrid. So everyone was asking questions. Yeah, I think a lot of people think he played a huge part in me coming here. But to be honest, the club speaks for itself. It was a huge opportunity for me. I felt like it was the right time for me as well. So it was a chance for me to go and do that.
¿Qué tal, Trent? Aquí soy Marcos de la Rocha del Chiringuito. Anoche ya te dimos la bienvenida. Tu primera publicación en Instagram es con el Liverpool entrenando en el Bernabéu. Por aquel entonces ya te imaginabas que podrías estar en el Bernabéu pero defendiendo los colores del Real Madrid. ¿Lo soñabas? ¿Te imaginabas vistiendo el blanco en el Bernabéu?
No, I think if I'm honest, it's something that, no, it's not something that you dream of because it's almost out of reach and out of reality for a lot of players. There's only a select handful of English players to have played for the club and to represent it. So to be a part of that is something that's very exciting for me. But at that time when I was younger, about 10, 11 years ago now, I wasn't exactly thinking about being here today. I was just focused on being, learning and being as good a footballer as I could be. So, to be here today is a dream for me. It's something that's very, very special. I don't take it for granted. And I'm very happy.
Hi, Trent. Vinny from Sky Sports. And well done on the Spanish, by the way. How long have you been learning?
A few months.
We saw your emotions on the final day of the season with Liverpool. How do you contrast them with the emotions that you're going through today? And also, as you've spoken about wanting to win the Ballon d'Or in the past, how much was that a motivating factor in your decision to come here? And is that the ultimate ambition for you, or is it all about La Liga and winning Champions League as well?
Look, I think... no, I don't think it influenced my decision to come here at all, to be honest. I think, you join in a club like this with the teammates that I've now joined, it's going to be quite hard to win a Ballon d'Or with the amount of superstars we've got in this team. But no, it's exciting. It is the kind of players I want to play with. I've admired them, I've played against them, and how good they are. So to be a part of the team and to be playing with them rather than against them will be good. And also, touching on the contrast of emotions, of course, two different ends of the scale. Being at Liverpool for so long, being there, experiencing everything I did and what I had, was incredible. Knowing that it was coming to an end is obviously, it was always going to be emotional for me. But you know, I felt like I went out in a way that I'm happy about, to be honest. The send off that I got, the way the club treated me, the way the fans were as well was outstanding. I couldn't say a bad word. Also being, you know, speaking to the players, obviously the players, the manager, the owners, they were all incredible as well. Showed a lot of support. It was a huge help. We had an amazing conversation. In the last couple of days with the owners, they were very warm and welcoming. Thanked me for everything I gave in service to the club. Wished me well on my future journey and what I wanted to do, and said I'll always be welcome back at the club at any point. So, you know, to feel that kind of to have those words spoken from the club is amazing. Like I said, sent off in the perfect way, and then now to be here, to facing a new challenge, facing something new, a new journey for me is equally as exciting. Very, very excited. Over the moon to be here. Absolutely over the moon. Something that, you know, not many players get to experience. So I'm very lucky and I'm very proud to be here.
¿Qué tal, Trent? Bienvenido. Nacho de Andrés para Jugones de la Sexta. En apenas una semana el Madrid debuta en el Mundial de Clubes. ¿Estás para ser titular y dónde te gustaría jugar? ¿Más en la defensa, un poco más adelantado? Gracias.
I think for me, I just want to play. That's the main thing. To be able to play for Real Madrid is a fantastic honour and an achievement in itself. So, you know, wherever, but you know, that comes down to the manager. First of all, I've got to train well. I've got to, you know, show what I can do. I've got to, you know, perform. And if given the chance to start next week, then I'll go out there and try and do that. But no, first and foremost, I'm here. I'm enjoying today. Amazing day for me, my family, friends, everyone who supported me on this journey. It's been amazing. And then, yeah, the work starts tomorrow for me. And I'm excited to get that started.
Hi, Trent. Sid Lowe from the Guardian. You said before that obviously when you're young, you don't even imagine this because it's kind of beyond your comprehension. It's not something you start to think about. As a player, at what point do you start thinking that maybe the very, very, very biggest clubs in the world could be interested? And what's that process like of making a decision? You mentioned that Jude didn't influence you, but presumably you're speaking to parents, to former players, to players you're with at the moment. What things are you balancing up to try and decide in the end where to go?
I mean, to be honest, I mean, you said at the end where to go. It was never a question of where. It was whether to go or not to go. But I always knew, for me, I think I've probably known it for a long time, is that if I was to ever leave Liverpool, it would only be to go to Real Madrid. That would be the only club for me. And then, you know, it gets to a point where you've got to make a decision whether to go or to stay. And you know, at making that decision, you know, it wasn't an easy decision. I'm not going to say it was easy, because I've been there so long, been a part of it. But eventually, you know, you have to make a decision. And in my mind, I've made the right one, and it's one that I'm very excited about.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Trent, Juanma Sánchez de Radio Nacional. Vienes de otro club histórico como el Liverpool. No sé qué diferencias has notado en este poco tiempo que llevas en el nuevo club del Real Madrid respecto al Liverpool, si es más especial de lo que esperabas. Porque ayer decía Hausen que sobre todo le había sorprendido ver la sala de trofeos con 15 Champions juntas. Gracias.
Yeah, I think, like you said, I've been fortunate enough to have played for the biggest team in England, and now the biggest team in Spain. So both teams have massive histories, won a lot of trophies, and dominated their leagues at times. So to have that honour of being able to represent both of them, there's a lot of similarities. You know, you're expected to win. You're expected to be able to win trophies and to perform week in, week out. So that doesn't change. I think obviously the weather's a big change. But nah, to be honest, football is football. Like I said, being at Liverpool, I was expected to win trophies and did that. Here will be no different. We are, as a team, expected to win trophies. That's a demand. The fans are used to it. So we have to deliver. So the hard work starts tomorrow to go and deliver that.
Buenas tardes, Trent, Sergio López de las. Hablando de cambios, uno de los principales cambios que se ha visto en tu llegada es el de la camiseta. Has dejado de ser Alexander-Arnold, ya te vemos como Trent. Me gustaría saber por qué este cambio y si quieres que se te conozca ya como Trent directamente.
Yeah, quite an easy explanation for that, to be honest. I've always found when I travel to Europe, the whole name situation confuses a lot of people, as there being three names and a double-barreled and Alexander-Arnold. People call me Arnold, people call me Alexander, people call me Alex, people call me Trent. There's a lot that goes on, so I just thought, let's make it simple, let's make it easy. Trent on the back, be known as Trent. That's my name, so that's what, you know, I guess people will call me.
Hello, Trent, Luis from El Mundo. I want to ask you about the strikers of Real Madrid. You've playing against them, against Mbappe and Vinicius. How's it going to be for you, like, playing with them? The assist that you can give them, and how's it going to be like training with them too? Thanks.
Yeah, I think, like I said earlier, I'm much happier now playing with them than against them. Top players, world-class players. These are the types of players that you want to play against and play with. Training with them every day will make me a better player, so I'm excited to do that. And then also to be able to play with them on weekends and playing big games with them is very exciting for me. I'm sure we'll strike up a good connection, as I'll try to do with the whole team, and get that chemistry going as soon as I can. But no, hopefully I'm able to replicate what I was able to do at Liverpool here and give many assists.
Hola Trent, aquí Juan Ignacio García Ochoa del diario Marca. Has hablado del cariño con el que te han despedido los dueños del Liverpool. Yo quería preguntarte por tu nuevo presidente, Florentino Pérez. ¿Qué has sentido al ver a un presidente que ha ganado tantas Copas de Europa y que maneja el club como el Real Madrid, y qué consejo, qué es lo primero que te ha dicho?
No, like you said, the president, to have won so many European Cups, to have been so successful, and to see how much the club has grown under his guidance has been amazing. So yeah, I think first and foremost, a massive thank you to him for giving me this opportunity to join, you know, this fantastic football club. I'm very proud and honoured to be here. And yeah, with his support and belief, I feel like we can go and win many trophies together. Think yeah, he was happy with the Spanish that I was able to speak, which I think surprised a lot of people. But I think for me it was important to be able to do that, and it shows the intent that I've got is to come here and have a good start, to get off on the right foot and achieve things straight away, starting with the Club World Cup.
¿Qué tal, Trent? Miguel Ángel Toribe en directo para Radio Marca. Has hablado de esa final de Estambul. Tenías 6 años cuando el Liverpool le gana al Milan. Quería preguntarte cuál fue tu primer recuerdo del Real Madrid. ¿Cuándo eres consciente de la importancia que tiene el Real Madrid en el fútbol?
I'll say for a long time, to be honest. I think I remember David Beckham playing there. I remember that being a massive thing. I also then remember, you know, Cristiano joining, and then seeing the way he was welcomed at the club. That was different to anything I'd ever seen before. So, you know, I was still young then, but seeing probably the best player in the world at the time, joined the club like he did and be as successful as he did. And then the amount of trophies that came after that and the players that joined and the success that they had, from then on, it was a statement in my mind of Real Madrid is a very successful football club. They demand success and they do it consistently. So that's, the memory I had of Real Madrid growing up.
Hola, Trent. Pete Jensen, The Times. Do you think there's a chance that you'll be better appreciated in Spanish football culture than maybe you were in England? Lots of criticism about defending. This is the club of Marcelo. This is the club of Roberto Carlos. Do you think that's something that's maybe going to help you in these next 6 years? The way that defenders are seen as players who also produce things in an offensive sense, perhaps a little bit more.
Not something I've really thought about, if I'm honest. I think, look, I do as I'm told under the managers that I've played under. The two Liverpool managers that I've had asked of different things of me, and I try my best to produce that. I think you said, will I be appreciated more in this footballing environment? Look, I don't know whether I am or not appreciated by fans or people of that country. Then it doesn't really bother me that much, because all that matters to me is that I help my teammates, I help the team win games, win trophies, and be the best version of me that I can be on a daily basis. So that's all I can do. If people don't like the way I play or don't appreciate the way I play, then it is what it is. As long as the manager appreciates what I do and plays me, then I'm happy with whatever.
Buenas tardes, Trent. Pablo Pizarro, de ABC. En el Liverpool eras clave en las jugadas a balón parado. ¿Te gustaría asumir también este protagonismo en el Real Madrid?
Yeah, of course. I think I want to be important every moment on a football pitch. I think that's the mentality that you've got to have as a football player. I think you've got to think that you're always part of the game. You can't switch off. You've got to influence it in whatever way you can, with the ball, without the ball. Set pieces. You've got to be ready to have your team win in whatever that looks like. If that means playing more defensive, then that's what it takes. And if it means doing things with the ball and playing passes and creating things for the team, then that's what it takes. But whatever the game needs, I think everyone needs to be willing to commit to it and play the way that the game needs to be played in order to win.
Últimas dos preguntas, last two questions.
Hi Trent, it's Shisha from Zoom Media. You talked about it was a difficult decision, obviously, to leave Liverpool. Was it harder to leave the club for the football side of it? You've been there since you were 6, or was it harder because of the emotional connection you had, being a lad from Liverpool, living your dream, playing for your local club? Thank you.
I think both. I think they kind of tie into each other. The reason is because I've been there for so long. I always enjoyed playing football there. Loved every single minute of it. Achieved everything I wanted to. The club gave me the opportunity to go and achieve all my dreams. And I'll forever be in debt to the club for that. But yeah, I thought it was the right moment for me. Being there 20 years, achieving everything that I wanted to. Being the age I am, I feel like I'm, mature, ready, experienced to go and be successful somewhere else. And this opportunity came up, and it's one that you've got to seriously think about, and that's what I did, and came to the decision that it was the right thing to do.
Última pregunta, last question.
Aquí Trent, ¿qué tal? Bienvenido, Lola Hernández, Fox Sports México. Además de Bellingham, ¿has podido hablar con algún otro jugador? ¿Alguno te ha dado ya la bienvenida? Gracias.
Yeah, I spoke to Dean a few weeks back. We seen each other on holidays, but But other than that, no, you know, it's kind of only just been announced. It's only just been formalised. So I think I'll meet the majority of players tomorrow in training, and be able to, you know, to speak to them then. So I'm excited for that. I'm very excited to be here. It's something that, you know, I'm still pinching myself about because it's a dream. And I'm proud to be here. I'm excited to get started and hopefully get off on the right foot by winning a trophy.
Muchas gracias. Thank you.